What's up everybody and welcome back to our prolific football 11v11 competitive pro club series. If you guys missed any of the previous episode, don't forget to check out the link in the description for the plays so you guys can get caught up. Especially since this episode, we're going to be including a lot of games in one episode. And the last episode you guys watched was episode 8 that had league games. Episode 9 was cup games, which we will be doing. Episode 11 will be the next round of the cup games because we are full. Of course, we advanced on that. But on this episode, we're going to be going back to league games and pretty much we're going to be giving you guys the last 10 games of the regular season. After episode 8, which was league games, we were first with 39 points out of 16 games. We got 10 games to go to get to 26 games. That is all the games in the regular season. And obviously, first to 8 will advance into playoff, and then we will be battling to be winning the West Conference, and then we'll be playing the Eastern Conference, which we'll explain later on. Now, here are the 10 games that we're going to be showing you guys on this episode. Now, of course, we're going to be showing you guys games against Cracks, Supernatural, EVS. They folded, so that's going to be a forfeit, so there's not going to be a highlight on that game. Locos, Anonymous, Keen, Famous, Inocentes, The Villains, and Exile. Of course, we're playing the second place Locos and Anonymous on this last 10 games as well, so that's going to be crucial. If we win against them, obviously we'll get an edge. But of course, guys, we're only going to be including goals on this because of the fact that if we do highlights, it's going to be a really long video, and I do not want to make this video longer than it should be. But let's go ahead and jump into the first game and see how we do and see if we can finish the regular season in the top 8 and advance into the ACL season 25 playoffs.
Let's
switch.
Oh, I'm lucky there.
You got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Knock it off.
Oh, he's so lucky.
Got top.
Nice ball.
Come on.
Nice. Good ball. You got him out?
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Come on.
We got
Focus, come on.
That was the only goal scored on that match against Cracks Nation. We came out on top with a 1-0 victory. Supernatural, we end up drawing them on fixture 18. Fixture 19, we get a forfeit against Evans FC because they folded. So we're going to be going on and jumping into match day 20 and play against Locos FC.
We got it. Let's go.
Alright, yo.
Go on.
When it comes to the middle. Nice search. Nice. Oh. Yes. Yes. Way to
Boys.
guys. Let's go.
I'll start with them, man. Keep it up.
Let's go. Here we go. We go this on here? Yeah. Well
You got Amar?
nice, Caesar. Nice, Caesar. Nice. Yes, sir. Dags, what you doing, bro? Well played. Well played, boys. Well played.
Jesus.
Good shit, Phil.
Push up, push up.
Whoa. How do I not clear it? How do I not clear it?
On match day 20, we grabbed a crucial 3 points against Locos FC with a 2-1 victory. And then on match day 21, we actually end up getting matched up against Anonymous, and we actually split points on that, so each team grabbed 1 point. At this point of the season, there's only 5 games left, so we have to bring our A game because every single game is going to be very crucial for us if we want to finish first in the Western Conference. Let's go ahead and jump into match day 22 against Keen FC.
Yeah, it's gonna be super
What
intense. Let's go.
Storm, stay on him.
Gotta shoot that first time. Crossing, fella.
That works, that works, that works. That works.
Yes.
Shit, boys.
Good ball, man.
Amar, good run there, actually. Good run there, actually. That run's actually good.
You wanna hit Pele? He's tall. I'll bounce off of you, Pele. Trying to know. Easy.
Yes, Amar. Let's go.
Amar's ripping him today. Jesus.
Yeah, that fake show like gives lead today,
Yeah, he's been literally spamming that space shot today. Kill him, bro. Good shit, good shit.
Yeah, he's probably
Michael,
good. I like it. Way to help Pele. Nice. Cross again, boys. Back post. Shit. Up and after him, up and after him.
I'm gonna take him.
First
No!
shot is so OP in the box, bro. It's not even funny.
Ah. Unlucky. Alright, we got 7 minutes. Same thing as a hidden shot game. Let's just close it out.
Just don't give him line.
Don't let them cry, bro.
Nice, Eddie.
Up.
Shit. Good clearance.
Good job, good job.
Yeah, come on.
Y'all gotta finish, y'all. Come on.
I'm gonna stop Mo so you can keep going. Oh, good shit.
Good ball, Mo.
Played. Good hat
Good
trick.
job. Good job.
So y'all gotta finish this with so much pressure.
Right? Good counter.
Yes, round left.
Good hat trick, Mo.
Good games. Good games.
On match day 22, we end up winning 3-1 against Keen FC. Now we're going to go to match day 23 against Famous 11. This was one of the games of our season that kind of like a really bad game, but at the same time we played well enough to deserve the win. But it was just one of those games that everything we tried didn't want to work. A goalkeeper for them came up big a couple of times. Their defense came up big a couple of times. Even at times they made errors like this one and we just didn't punish them, and that's just something that we got to learn on and move on, especially going into playoff. At this point of the season, it's only 3 games left, so we have to close out every single game, and this was one of these games that we saw kind of getting away from us after game, shots after shot, especially something like this, clearance off the line. I don't have no idea where that player came from, and again we had another opportunity here in the 90th minute. Going into the 93rd, actually we hit the post, and look what happens. They actually cleared this ball all the way out, and they went down the field and get a free kick in the 94th minute. And what do you think EA is gonna end up happening in this game? They actually played a through ball, actually worked out for them well, hit the post, and it goes back to their player, and they scored. Now we can't take anything away from Famous. Good games to them. Hopefully we'll see if we can find them in the playoff. But let's go and jump into the match day 24 and see how we do against Inocentes FC. Let's go, man. Come on, wake up. This is a tough pass between me and trying to control it and playing at the same time. It's kind of tough. I'm running between 2 defenders.
Got Trickster.
Nice. There we go.
You got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. Well played. Oh, what a nice. Good finish.
I don't know why
Okay, guys, what's up? Let's go.
Did you, bro? One more.
Hold on. Yeah, my God. Oh my God.
You got it.
Come on.
Nice.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Good shit, Harold.
As you guys saw there, we end up beating Inocentes on match day 24 2-0. So after 24 games, we are first with 56 points. Anonymous is second with 54 points. And Locos is third with 51. So anybody can get that first place spot, especially because if we lose our last 2 games of the season against the Villains or Exile, we can pretty much drop. So we have to bring our A game to finish these games. Unfortunately, I was not available to play these games. I was been super exhausted because of a lot of work and stuff like that. So these games are actually not going to have an audio at them at all. So I'm going to be doing a live commentary on them. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the last 2 games of the regular season and see if we can finish first going into playoffs. So here we go, guys. Match day 25. Last 2 games of the season, we were playing the Villains here. I was not able to make this game, obviously, as I said you guys before, but Elevator here is going to make a mistake. Caesar's going to put a through ball for Mo. Mo is going to go green light finish, and that is the golazo. Golazo de Mo there. What a beautiful finish by Mo there. And that is pretty much it, guys. I'm going to keep it short and sweet for you guys. That was it. A 1-0 victory over the Villains to grab 3 points on that game on match day 25. We're going to go ahead to match day 26 against Exile because this is the last game of the season. A big mistake here by Harold. Harold is a goalkeeper. He's been playing on the field. He's actually been doing pretty decent, but makes a big mistake there. Try to tackle. The ball goes back to their player, and he's actually able to finish there in the 13 minutes. So we end up going down 1-0 against Exile in the last game of the season. But here again, Real Crows, I think is his name. He's going to try to go for a switch here. It looks like Amar read that perfectly. He's going to flick it to Marco to Pero to Caesar to Mo. He's going to take a shot on a CPU goalkeeper. He's going to take another shot here, and another beautiful finish by Mo there to tie up this game against Exile. Now again here, we're going to be going into the second half in the 63rd minute. Moods is going to win the header, but they're going to clear it, and then the ball's going to drop to Marco. Marco has plenty of time. He's going to put the ball in for Moods. Moods is going to flick it. A smart flick and a great finish by Amar there to give us the 2-1 lead against Exile in the 63rd minute of the last game of the season. And here we go, guys. We're going to have a crazy finish here because now this Exile definitely end up getting a PK here in the 76. They're going to convert off the spot. Faris converts there, and that is 2-2 against us in this last game of the season. Now, we're going to be going to the dying minutes of the game here. The dying minutes of the game in the 84th minute. Harold with the ball, passes it to Caesar. Caesar to Pero. Pero is going to give it to Marco. Marco with the good vision, passes it to Mo. Mo's going to go inside for I don't even know what just happened there. It looks like EA just gave us that one, but we're gonna take it because we will take whatever EA gives us nowadays, because that game, that right there is a victory. Amar with 2 goals and Mo with the finish there as well to give us a 3-2 victory over Exile. And pretty much all these 3 games that we have been talking about on this episode, guys, that is pretty much how we finished the last 10 games of the season. Only 1 loss, pretty much 7 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. So not bad. So after 26 games, the whole regular season is finished. We end up finishing first with 62 points. Locals finished second with 57. Anonymous finished, unfortunately, third. I think they lost the last 2 games of the season. So that's why they dropped to third. They were actually second. So now that the regular season is finished, first through 8 is going to be going into playoff. And this is how it's going to work. First is going to play 8th. Second is going to play 7th. Third is going to play 6th. And 4th is going to play 5th. We end up matching up against Famous 11, which pretty much is going to be a very good matchup for the first round. If we do beat them, then we will go ahead and play cracks or technique, and then so on and so forth. We will explain that in the future episode as we go on if we progress. But the next episode, guys, will be episode 11, and we will be playing against Supernatural in the quarterfinals of the ACL Cup. But don't forget, guys, you guys can watch all these games Monday through Thursday over on Twitch, twitch.tv/FIFA Trickster. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for FIFA 19 and Pro Clubs content in the future. And as always, guys, keep smiling, stay positive, and we will catch you guys on the next video.